Folks, what's up? This is Michael once again in the wee hours of the night with your daily trivia question on the graveyard shift. Happy Tuesday. You guys need to get up and get out today because this is like the last nice day for walking on the Greenway and going on a bike ride and all that stuff before the rains come again and it gets all nasty and crappy all over again before Friday. But hey, it's just the beginning of the week, so we've got a long way to go. Anyways, the answer to the previous trivia question was, of course, tweets. So tweets by way of Twitter, which is an American microblogging and social networking service on which users post and interact with messages, which are known as tweets. Tweets are defined as a short burst of inconsequential information, which is really all it amounts to. And of course, chirps from birds, as in Larry the bird. Larry being the Twitter mascot. So the very first tweet ever, which was published on March 21st, 2006, which is the focus of the trivia question, by Jack Dorsey, one of the co-founders, simply said, quote, "Just setting up my Twitter." Twitter platform was first created as a prototype in 2006 by Dorsey, a guy named Noah Glass, Biz Stone, and Evan Williams, four co-founders. All then were employed at podcasting by a firm called Odeo, and they were said to have been looking for a new direction for the company. Henceforth, they came up with Twitter. Twitter's popularity took off very rapidly and famously following a 2007 convention in Austin, Texas, where Dorsey and the others cleverly placed two 60-inch plasma, huge TV screens in front of the conference hallways so that people could exclusively see in real time their streaming Twitter messages. This proved to be genius marketing at this convention. I think overnight, if my research serves me correctly, the tweets went from like 20,000 to 40,000 to 60,000. I mean, they just quadrupled very quickly overnight at this convention. And Twitter was, a household name after that. It took Twitter 7 years to grow from that first single tweet to a $30 billion company that held its initial public offering in 2013. Not too shabby in 7 years, folks. That's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. In late November of last year, Jack Dorsey announced his resignation from Twitter, which was actually the second time he would leave the top spot of the company he co-founded, the first being in 2008, when he was actually ousted by the board in kind of a weird occurrence at that time. 2021 statistics from last year indicate that Twitter has more than 350 million active monthly users. Again, incredible. Really impressive statistics. Here's a cool geek factoid. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey sold this first ever tweet, which was the focus of the trivia question, for $2.9 million as a non-fungible token, or an NFT. So NFT, this is like the new thing that's taking over now with like Bitcoin and so forth. There is a picture of his very first tweet down the lower right-hand corner. Just setting up my Twitter. Sold it for $2.9 million. Wow. I'm fascinated with this era of startups. Twitter is known as like a startup. First we had the .com bubble of the 90s, and then we had like startups. And startup companies have always fascinated me. I've never really understood fully, but I love to research and come up with some pretty cool trivia questions in the process. And by the way, just to let you know, all of my tweets are for sale. Every single one of them. And I'm selling them really cheap. Really cheap. So you can bid on them as much as you want to. Feel free. All right, folks, here we go for Tuesday. Brand new trivia question for March 22nd. On this day, in 1983, the good old 80s, the Pentagon, Department of Defense, awards a production contract worth more than $1 billion to AM General Corporation to develop a total of 55,000 high mobility, multi-purpose wheeled vehicles, which would go on to be known today by this nickname. Good luck, folks. Get out today. Enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Peace out.